Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Fit Man Style channel. My name is Ian, and we are due for another recap video. And in this video, we're going to recap Luxire pants. I believe it was January that I did the video on high-waisted pants featuring Luxire. And shortly after that, I also did a video on why I feel pleated pants are a good option for fit men. I'm gonna link up to both videos somewhere in this video so you guys can check that out. So it's been what, 7-8 months since that video. I have since purchased 3 more Luxire pants. So in this video, I'm gonna go through each one, starting with the first one that I purchased, what I changed with each one, what I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna also address a lot of the questions that you guys asked in that video. That video seemed to have gotten a lot of response from you guys. So a lot of the questions that you guys ask, I'm gonna talk about it in this video and just give you my overall thoughts on Luxire. Do I still like the brand? Am I gonna get a 5th pair? And just my thoughts on the brand in general. All right, let's first start with the first Luxire pants that I got, which are these brown canvas cotton pants. Very, very heavy pants. I hardly wore this during the summertime because it just wouldn't make any sense. It's too thick. It would have been too hot. This is great for the fall and winter time. It comes with side adjusters. Well, I chose to put side adjusters on it. You can put belt loops if you want. And the placement of the side adjusters are on the seam of the waistband and the rest of the pants. They do have an option to put the side adjusters on the actual waistband. I've seen people do that. That's perfectly fine. I just prefer to have it on the seam of the waistband and the rest of the pants. It comes in silver. I haven't seen any gold side adjusters even beyond this brand. I really don't see that. So if you're really anal about your metals clashing, well, I don't know what to tell you, because at this point in my style journey, I don't care if they do. All of their side adjusters come in silver. Speaking of the waistband, it is about 1 inch tall, and as you can see with the side adjusters, it doesn't come with any belt loops. And you will see the progression of the waistband in the other pants that I got after this. They have different styles of pockets on their website. They have the slanted pockets, they have the jean type of pocket where it comes in like a curve, and they have the one that I opted for, which is the pocket on the seam. To me, it gives it a very discreet look. Of course, next to the pockets, you have the pleats. These are my first pleated pants as an adult. I remember wearing pleated pants as a kid. My parents made me wear them and I hated them. But as I got older, as I'm an adult now and a fit man at that, I'm seeing the benefits of pleated pants. Typically, you'll find 2 types. You have the forward-facing pleats and the reverse pleats. The reverse pleats are what we are used to seeing. These ones are the forward-facing pleats. With the forward-facing pleats I've seen, they give your thighs, your big quads as a fit man, it gives your big quads more room to move. The reverse pleats, they do have room for your thighs to move, but they also have a slimming effect as well. So it's all about functionality for me when it comes to pleats. Not only do I want to feel comfortable standing, I also want to feel comfortable sitting down. And as I've mentioned in past videos, when you sit down, your thighs expand. So you want something to accommodate that. The forward-facing pleats definitely does that. Now, these pleats are about 1/2 inch deep, which turned to be a little bit of an issue that I will address at the end of the video. Taking a look at the fly that I went with, they have your conservative, I guess normal zipper fly. So if you're used to a zipper, you can choose that. I wanted something different, so I went with a button fly, which gives it a very unique look. I will tell you this though, fellas, if you do decide to go with a button fly, you may come across issues when it's time to go to the bathroom. I remember one time I had a full bladder, and by the time I got these undone to do my business, it took a little bit longer than I had hoped for. So just keep that in the back of your mind. The waistband comes with an extra long closure, and this is the only resemblance of a belt loop where the closure goes through it and it buttons right there on the waistband. Taking a look at the back of the pants, it comes with 2 back pockets with buttons on it. I'm using that on my dress pants, so I kept it on these pants. But the very interesting thing that you would find on the back of these pants is this V-shaped split on the waistband. I've seen this on bespoke pants, on custom pants, on pretty much high quality pants tend to have this split on it. And I've always wondered What is that? What does it mean? Why is it there? Doing my research, come to find out it's called the after dinner split. As the name may suggest, it may give your waistband room to expand after eating some food. That may be true, but it just generally gives your waistband more room to expand in any situation that your waist may expand, which could include eating, but also sitting down. Your thighs expand when you sit down, and your waist also expand when you sit down, and this split accommodates that. At the bottom of the pants, you will find cuffs. This is a necessity for pants that are pleated, whether it's a single pleat, double pleat, triple pleat, whatever type of pleat. If you are buying or making pleated pants, they have to come with a cuff. The reason being is with the pleated pants, it gives your legs more room to move. Yes, with that comes more fabric. The cuffs add weight to the bottom of your pants for all that fabric to properly drape down your leg. So remember, if you're getting pleated pants, they have to come with a cuff. It doesn't have to be this big. I went with a 2-inch cuff, which is a very Neapolitan type of look, but they can be between 1 to 2 inches tall. The very neat thing about these cuffs is you have the option to add buttons on the inside. Now you may ask, why would you want to add buttons on the inside of your cuffs? Well, if you know anything about cuffs, you know that over time, dust and other debris will start to settle on the inside. So with these buttons, which are workable, you can unbutton it and get inside the crevices of those cuffs when it comes time to clean your pants. Speaking of buttons, I added suspender buttons on the inside of the waistband so I can wear my suspenders, well, my braces. And there's also 2 strips of shirt stays on either side to keep my shirts tucked in. This is the second pair of pants I got from Luxire, and I pretty much kept everything the same. I kept the measurements the same and the style the same. So side adjusters, no belt loops on the waistband, a 1-inch waistband, the pockets on the seam, double forward facing pleats, the extended waistband, the button fly, suspender buttons, shirt stays on the inside, 2 back pockets, the after dinner split. I believe this is standard on every Luxire pants. Now come all the way down, got the 2-inch cuff, and it does have the hidden buttons on the inside. So everything stayed the same, but as you can see from this video, that it is in a jean material, and which was a different thing for me. I went way out of the box with this. I've never seen jeans with side adjusters before, and I haven't seen them with with pleats before. So I just wanted something different, something that I normally wouldn't get, and it turned out great. I like the pants. They do feel heavy, so just like the first one, I didn't wear them much during the summertime, but now that the weather's getting a little bit chilly outside, I'll be wearing this and the brown one a little bit more. This is my 3rd pair of Luxire pants, and with these pants, I started to experiment with the style of the pants. Luxire is a custom brand, and they do give you a ton of customization options, so why not take advantage? Measurements stayed the same, and you can pretty much expect that with all of my Luxire pants. I think I got lucky hitting the measurements right with my first pair, because I've heard of guys trying out Luxire and it took them a couple of pants to get the measurements right. I got it right with the first pair, the brown pair. So with each pants that I got made, I pretty much just rinse and repeat. So one of the changes that I did with these pants was make the waistband a little bit higher. So it's a 2-inch waistband as opposed to a 1-inch that I had on the other 2. With that, it makes the pants sit a little bit higher on my natural waistline. Side adjusters, pocket on the seam. Second change that I did was go for a single forward facing pleat as opposed to a double forward facing pleat that I did on the previous 2. Nothing against the double forward facing pleats, they are great, but I just wanted to see what a single forward facing pleat would look like on me, and it looks good. Back pockets, after dinner split, suspender buttons on the inside, 2-inch cuff with the button on the inside. Everything stayed the same other than the higher waistband, the single forward facing pleat, and the third change that I did was to make the extended closure be a square so it can button on the two buttons on the 2-inch waistband. Last but not least, my fourth Luxire pants. I received this 2 weeks ago. It is cotton, very light cotton, so I can wear this during the summertime. Cream. Haven't had the third Luxire pants for a while. I realized that I really like how high the waistband was, so I kept it on these pants, so a 2-inch waistband. And I also like the single forward facing pleat. So going forward, if I do decide to get more pants from Luxire, they would definitely have a 2-inch waistband and a single forward facing pleat. 2 changes I made on these pants was, one, the extra long closure comes with a double tab as opposed to a single tab that buttons on the 2 buttons at the waistband. I've seen this on social media a lot and I think it's a really cool look, so I added it on these pants. And the second change, if you can notice, not only the size of the side adjuster, but the position of it as well. This is what they call a Neapolitan side adjuster. If you recall the other side adjusters I showed you, the position of them were directly above the pockets. So with this one, as you can see, it's slightly behind the pockets. And when I wear it, you will see that it's a little bit above my butt. Does that make a difference when I wear them, when I adjust them? Yeah, I do feel it being tightened on that part of my waist. So I'm on the fence about that. If I'm going to keep that on future Luxire pants, I like it. It doesn't bother me. And those are pretty much the only 2 changes that I added on these pants. Everything else stayed the same. Suspender buttons, the after dinner split, 2 pockets in the back, the button fly, the 2-inch cuff, and of course the hidden button on the inside of the cuff. So the takeaways when it comes to the brand Luxire, got quite a few of them. The first being one that you guys may be interested in, which is, do I recommend it? Is it worth it? Would I get another pair? The answer to that is yes, I would recommend it, and I am currently working on my 5th pair of pants. From my experience with them, having bought four pairs from them, there's nothing out there that really compares to price and quality. I mean, if there is, please let me know down in the comments. I will be sure to check that brand out and probably even do a comparison video between that brand and Luxire. But as far as I know, there isn't anything out there. The quality is good, the customer service is good, and I would say why not? Just give it a shot. The second takeaway is the customer service and shipping time. Customer service is pretty good. If you reach out to them, they will get back to you within a 24-hour period. I remember it was the second pair that I got, the jean one. I forgot to put suspender buttons on it. Quickly, we reached out to them, say, hey, can you add suspender buttons to it? And they were like, yep, no problem. I've also heard that from other people that I know who bought stuff from Luxire. Just reach out to them, ask them to change things here and there on their pants, and they did it. So pretty good on the customer service. Shipping time, the first 2 pants I got, it came in a 3-week period. So within 3 weeks, I got the pants, and that kind of raised my expectations for the brand. So by the time I came with the 3rd pants, that took about a month and a half. So I reached out to them and said, hey, what's going on with the pants? And they said they were backed up and they are still in the production phase. So, and that also happened for my 4th pants. That took about a month and a half. So people are catching on to Luxire, and I guess business is booming. The other takeaway is the customization options and the different styles that they have. Vast amounts of styles. There's so many things that you guys can choose from. But also, I have a friend who ordered something from Luxire and he wanted a little bit more than what they were offering, and he reached out to them and they did it for him. So it's good to know that not only do you have the options on their website, but if you reach out to them and say, hey, can you modify it a little bit, they can do that for you. So that also speaks to their customer service. What else about the styles and customization? The pleats, yes, double forward facing pleats. From this point on, I probably won't be going with that anymore. I really like how the single ones look, and when you compare the 2, the double forward facing pleat is a little bit more baggy than the single one, of course. Might go with a reverse single pleat, but that's about it. Speaking of the pleat, I did show you guys that it was about ½ an inch deep, and I don't know if it was in the last Luxire video or it was on Instagram. Somebody reached out to me and they said they had a similar issue with their pleats. If you saw in those videos, the pleats kind of opened up a little bit. So he reached out to them and told them to deepen the pleats. So make it about an inch deep. And in that case, the pleats will lay flat on the pants, giving it a much more cleaner aesthetic. So I may have to try that. The waistbands, I experimented with a different type of waistbands for the first 4 pants I got. But I also want to try, if I'm saying it correctly, the Gurkha waistband. I want to try that. I want to try the D-ring waistband and just see how well I like those ones. And lastly, the fabrics. All those pants that I showed you were cotton. I don't have any linen. I don't have any flannel, no corduroys, no wools. Those ones cost a little bit more. Those ones that I purchased were all under $100. The ones that I just mentioned, about 120, 140, 150, which at this point, I don't mind spending that much. They've proven to me that they make quality products. So, hey, I don't mind spending a few extra dollars. All right, guys, so that does it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've had any experience with Luxire since the last video or just in general. Let me also know if your experience has been different from mine, if you will not recommend Luxire. I would like to hear that point of view. Again, if you know of a brand that is comparable to Luxire, let me know down in the comments. I will check them out and let you guys know how they fit. Housekeeping stuff, subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell. I'll be back next week with another video, and as always, stay fly, stay fit.